The new version of FCP AutoDuck features not only a new and refreshed interface, but also new functionality. In addition to ducking music, it now allows you to duck the sound effects track as well. This tutorial covers the steps needed to apply ducking to both music and sound effects in a Final Cut Pro project. Open your Final Cut Pro project containing dialogue, music, and sound effects. The dialogue is the driver for the entire video. The music and sound effects need to get quieter whenever there is speech. To keep things organized, set the timeline to Lanes View, usually in the bottom left corner. This will let you see the dialogue lane, the music lane, and the sound effects lane, light blue. Export the 3 tracks separately. Select the project and the timeline. Select Share, Export File. Click the Roles tab. Select Audio Only as separate files. Select the destination folder. 3 audio files should be generated. 1 for dialogue, 1 for music, and 1 for sound effects. Open FCP AutoDuck and drag the 3 exported files into the 3 corresponding sections. The color coding matches that used in Final Cut Pro. Blue for dialogue, green for music, and light blue for sound effects. You can also drag all the exported files from Final Cut Pro directly into any of the panes. FCP AutoDuck will automatically detect the dialogue, music, and sound effects and place them in their respective panes, saving you a few seconds. Click Duck. Processing will take a few moments. When finished, it will ask which library to create the timeline in. Select the same library used previously. In the timeline created by FCP AutoDuck, you will find the dialogue audio file, the music file, and the sound effects file. The latter 2 will have ducking applied. Select the ducked music and sound effects tracks and copy the files. Return to your original timeline in Final Cut Pro. Mute all existing music and sound effects tracks in the timeline. Place the playhead at the beginning of the timeline and paste the files copied from FCP AutoDuck, which now include the ducking. Play back the timeline to verify that the audio and ducking are correct. If it sounds right, proceed with exporting the final timeline. The new version of FCP AutoDuck significantly improves the workflow for automatically lowering volume when needed. This tutorial describes the main steps for exporting tracks, using AutoDuck, and updating audio files while keeping the project organized and easy to edit. In your project timeline, select everything and choose File, New Compound Clip from the menu. This compound clip represents your project. As before, export this compound clip's audio as separate roll files. Import the separate audio files into FCP AutoDuck. This time, however, instead of clicking Duck, select Export Ducked Files. The audio files are exported to the same folder as the dialogue file. This export makes the audio file ready to use, as the ducking is already applied. After exporting, import the 3 audio files, dialogue, music, effects, into the project timeline, the one that contains the compound clip, nested timeline. This approach allows any changes made to the original timeline inside the compound clip to be easily managed. Simply re-export the updated files. The new exported files will overwrite the previous ones, eliminating the need to manually re-import all the files. Better efficiency. Changes to the original timeline can be propagated simply by re-exporting the files. Less manual management. Automatic overwriting of exported files avoids repeated re-import steps. Greater control. Separating dialogue, music, and effects allows for targeted processing with AutoDuck. You must keep the nested timeline updated. Any significant change requires a new export to reflect the changes in FCP AutoDuck's behavior. This new version of FCP AutoDuck is a free update for all owners of the previous version. For more details, you can visit ulti.media/FCP AutoDuck.